timeout when I was like, we're going to win this game, and I need everybody to believe it. And if you don't believe it, don't go back out on the floor. And they believed it, and they went out on the floor and they pulled it out. And it's on them. They fought their tails off. We got stops and rebounds when we needed it, and we made big plays when we needed it. In particular, Malia's play saved us opportunity. I mean, she got us the opportunity to go down and score a layup. So that was a huge play. But we made plays all throughout the game. So really, really proud of their toughness and their fight tonight to grit that one out against a really good LaTech team.
So that would have been the 22nd timeout late in the game, I presume, when you just challenged them right then and there.
I'm sorry?
The 22nd timeout that was called late in the 30-second timeout.
Yeah. I mean, that was the one. Yeah, and they originally told me it was a 30-second, and then they changed it to a full. But yes, that was that one. That was that 30-second timeout that turned into a full that I challenged them. I mean, we were down with a minute and something to go, and we found a way. And so, again, that was them believing that we could get it done and going out there and executing the game plan.
And then you mentioned Malia's play. We talked a couple weeks ago, and you said you challenged Malia to be a two-half player. Mm-hmm. What do you feel about her two halves tonight?
Yeah, she put together a complete game, that's for sure. She had no moments of, floating. She had no moments of foul trouble. So when she's not in foul trouble and she can get into her rhythm, she's a huge help to us on the offensive end, the defensive end, the rebounding end. So I thought she put together a complete game, a great game. The team needed it. And I think that's what's so awesome about this team. Different people can step up each night. We had, Jazzy in India at UAB, Malia tonight. Ashlee's done her due diligence of stepping up. I thought Trin was really, really good tonight. And so again, DJ's had games where she's carried us too. So that's a good part of having a balanced team.
LaTech not being able to get off to a quick start like they did the last game pretty much set the trend and the pace for you all tonight, and you all set tempo the rest of the way.
Yeah, we were able to pick up some early fouls on Walker, and that's always, she's an unbelievable player, and so she had to spend more than half of the game on the bench with foul trouble, and so I think that was a big part of the game that shift the momentum in our favor, but we wanted pace, we wanted tempo, we wanted inside-out presence, and I think we established that from the very beginning of the game.
And Malia, can you walk us through that last sequence? Because it felt like the first run through you had guarding the inbounds before the timeout, it felt like you were kind of getting a rhythm. Did you kind of see something that helped with the second?
Yeah, so I always look at her eyes when I'm doing the inbounds, and she does the ball fake, and I knew she was going to throw it in. So I just stood there. I didn't even go to the other side, just stood right there waiting for her to throw it in, and went down. I didn't even know who hit me. I honestly didn't even see the rim. Very grateful. It's pretty impressive. So, yeah, it was.
Although we do have a question on the intentional, the and one, we should have shot her free throw, and then we should have got the 2 additional free throws for the intentional.
Call from M. Stringfellow.
We'll challenge that. I'm gonna
always argue. I was trying to tell them we got to happen.
So, but yeah, it was a big play. It was great.
Then it looked like you tried to call a timeout.
I did,
before the
and I was
5
right
seconds.
I was right in her ear, and she said she didn't hear me. So she said, next time you got to be in my face. And I was like, okay, next time I will be. The next time I said, I'm going to call a timeout if we cannot get the ball in bounds. And she said, okay, I was just looking at the other official. So I was trying to get it, but it worked out. We got a good stop on the other end. We switched things up. We knew they needed a 3. So as long as we were contesting threes, we could give up a layup at that point.
Ash, talk about going through the last 2 minutes of this game tonight, because it was pretty physical.
Yeah. I mean, it was pretty stressful. We just tried to stay in who we were and try to just follow the game plan, but we pulled it out, and it feels really good to make it work.
Yeah, they threw a lot of different bodies at Ashlee and Indy down there on the post. I mean, they were flipping, flopping who was guarding one another, but it was definitely physical down there. I thought Ashlee did a great job of posting. Didn't always get the fouls that I thought we could have got, but it was definitely physical in the paint for sure.
What are some takeaways from a game this physical going forward?
Yeah, I mean, we want to win every night. Okay, we want to take one game at a time, be the best basketball team that we can be once we go into March, and I think we're making strides towards that. I like the way we're playing. I like the confidence we're playing with. I like the grit and the toughness that we're playing with. We say all the time, winning is hard, and winning is hard, but we're finding ways now. We're earlier in December, January, we weren't always finding those ways, and now we're starting to find those ways. And so I hope their confidence is continuing to build in those late game situations when they're close, that they know that they can pull it out. I have full confidence in them, and I think they're learning that they have it in themselves as well. But I like where we're at, and I think we're playing some of our best basketball, and I hope we just continue trending upward as we go into the tournament. But one game at a time is all we want to do.
Yeah, and what have you seen in I don't know if it's the mindset or the approach or just the execution? Because I remember talking about a month ago, y'all started 1-4 in conference play, and you kind of said, we're going to figure it out, we're going to get going, and now y'all have won 5-6.
Yeah. Again, I think I say it a lot. I don't know. We didn't have any adversity in non-conference, and so we didn't have to like overcome that adversity in non-conference. And so when the adversity came in conference, it was kind of like, oh man, like what do we do now? How do we get back to winning? And we started pressing, and we started doing some things that were uncharacteristic. But like I said we would figure it out, and I think we have. We've pushed through that. We've moved past that. We've dealt with the adversity. We know that we're a tough team. We know that we're capable of winning, and I think the confidence is just there now, like we had early on in the season. We had that lull, and again, winning's hard. Conferences, woes, they know you. They know what you're going to do. So again, we wanted to make sure that we were trending upward, and I think we've done that.
All right, Coach. Thank you for your time.
Thank you guys.
Thank y'all. Thanks for coming.
Thanks.